Okay, picture this. The year is 1966. The Cold War is at its height. Tensions are sky high, spies are everywhere, and wait for it.
5, 6, 7, 8,
No
9.
one needed to get so closer.
The fate of international espionage rests on a bulldog. Yep, a bulldog. Welcome to The Spy with a Cold Nose.
Happy as a pig in Shoreditch.
Hello, dolly face.
Now, you might be thinking, hold on, how did we get here?
I must caution you that anything that's said from now on comes under the Official Secrets Act.
Well, this was the 60s, the golden age of spy movies. On one side, you had the gritty, bleak dramas like The Spy Who Came In From the Cold. On the other, the slick, glamorous James Bond juggernaut. And in between, a whole wave of spoofs poking fun at the spy craze. Movies that said,
But this is ridiculous.
That's incredible.
and that's exactly where this film lives. So, here's the premise, and it's one of the wildest in all of Cold War cinema.
Say, really? You live and learn, don't you?
British intelligence comes up with a plan to bug the Russian premier.
Stanley Farquhar. Counterintelligence.
But instead of planting a listening device in, say, an office or a hotel,
Potentially, between you and me, I am a British Secret Service agent. Really?
they put it under the skin of a bulldog. Gift the dog to the Russians, sit back and listen in.
Everything is A-OK. All systems go.
Good, good.
Genius, right? Or maybe the dumbest plan ever.
Yes! Lost! What a time to run away, the dopey dog. I never liked dogs.
And, of course, this brilliant plan doesn't exactly go smoothly. The dog ends up being doted on by the Russians.
Poor little dog. You're not well, are you?
And suddenly the British realise, uh-oh, we need to get that transmitter back before anyone finds it. So what do? They send in our reluctant vet, Francis Trevelyan, played by Laurence Harvey.
I've devoted my life to animals.
And their owners.
What do you mean by that?
But he's not going in solo. Oh no. Alongside him is Lionel Jeffries as the manic, over-the-top intelligence man, Stanley Farquhar.
Let's put the kibosh on!
Let's put the kibosh on.
We've got to get that dog back!
Together, this mismatched pair bumble their way through the mission, tripping over each other, covering up mistakes, and somehow managing to keep the whole scheme alive.
I don't think you've quite got the gist of why we're here.
I thought London would have told you so.
It's basically a spy thriller reimagined as a comedy of errors.
We've got to get that dog out of the Kremlin. Remove the evidence and bung him back in again.
Now, every good spy movie needs some glamour, and that comes in the form of Princess Natasha Romanova, played by Daliah Lavi.
You write her, General. To the victor must go the spoils.
But the real star of the show, Lionel Jeffries as Stanley Farquhar.
It's happened. After 23 years in the service, it's finally happened.
If you've never seen Jeffries in action, this performance is a masterclass in comic timing.
Can we be overheard? What's the matter with you? Can't you read or something?
No, I have a monkey outside that can write better than that.
He's loud, he's frantic, and half the time it looks like he's about to combust on screen.
Can you pay attention, please? I'm talking.
Honestly, if this movie is remembered for one thing, it's his performance.
Oh, I like that. That's marvellous. Behold the Trojan dog.
And check out the supporting cast. Eric Sykes shows up as Wrigley.
This is the flat.
Eric Portman plays a British ambassador who insists on holding private talks inside a giant glass bowl.
Bulletproof. You better lie down here.
Because apparently, that's the best way to avoid eavesdropping.
I dare say you could be doing with a cup of tea, son.
Denholm Elliott, yes, that Denholm Elliott, shows up as Pond Jones.
Your incompetence has cost this country the equivalent of 1 year's profit from the export of plastic, Max.
June Whitfield pops up as Mrs. Farquhar, bringing her trademark mix of warmth and exasperation as the long-suffering wife.
After 23 years, that's your pension up the spout. What sort of a job you'll get at your age?
Who somehow manages to stay sane, while her husband runs around in full-blown spy farce mode.
Tell me that you betray your country for money.
I wish you would.
And Colin Blakely plays the Russian premier, who just adores his new four-legged friend.
Another fine place you've chosen.
And yes, let's clear up a little dog-related confusion. The star of the show, the bulldog carrying the bug, isn't played by Pickles, the famous collie who found the stolen World Cup trophy in 1966. Pickles does make a brief cameo in the film, a fun wink to his sudden celebrity status at the time, but the lead canine role belongs to a bulldog. So, While Pickles steals a moment in the spotlight, it's the bulldog who does the real undercover work.
Alias Arthur Fick, who runs a second-hand carpet arcade in Twickenham.
The comedy really works because it leans into contrast. You've got deadly serious Cold War paranoia,
Bunker the Prime Minister's dog! Up to them, quickly!
smashed right into total absurdity, like seeing intelligence officers run around in circles trying to manage a dog, or watching dignified officials sit in glass bowls to avoid bugs.
Is it stuck, sir?
Wait!
Yeah.
Wait!
It really is stuck.
It's silly, but it's played with a straight face,
Not too many blow waves, Julian. We don't want him to look effeminate.
and that's what makes it land.
Very good. Don't throw the jacket away. The wine's very handy with the needle.
And let's talk filming. They shot in real locations around London, including the Royal Garden Hotel in Kensington.
There's an au pair girl up in that room up there who's been shooting at me, and she's got my dispatch case. No!
There were scenes done in Surrey, Richmond, Hertfordshire, and even Yorkshire, proper, respectable British settings.
Work. That's all you think about.
What work do you do, Dad?
I am not at liberty to divulge that.
And then you drop a bugged bulldog into the middle of it all. The more serious the backdrop, the funnier the nonsense feels.
You get back to the embassy. I'll try and draw him off. Right.
Now, compared to other spoofs of the time, like Modesty Blaise or the all-star chaos of the 1967 Casino Royale, The Spy with a Cold Nose feels smaller, more intimate.
You should never become a spy in the first place. You're not suited to it.
I'm not a spy. I'm in counterintelligence.
Less about psychedelic visuals or big-budget spectacle, and more about farce. It's closer to the classic Ealing comedies, built around misunderstandings, slapstick, and characters completely out of their depth.
Does it occur to you that she may be working for Redland?
Huh? A spy? Good Lord, no!
So, how did people take it? Critics were all over the place. The Monthly Film Bulletin thought it was pretty predictable, but they couldn't stop praising Lionel Jeffries.
No, Farquhar. You don't keep a diary.
Yes, I'm afraid I do, sir.
They said his energy practically carried the whole thing. Radio Times later gave it 3 stars, calling it sub-Bondian farce, but also admitted the script was a solid example of the genre.
I beg your pardon, Your Majesty.
And then Leslie Hallowell. The man was a legend, but let's just say he was not a fan.
I know. I've got a file on you a foot thick.
He called it painful, overacted and overwritten. Ouch.
I can't stand being locked up in confined space.
Don't you start.
Well, I suffer from claustrophobia.
All right, drag you up.
But here's the twist. Despite the criticism, the movie got 2 Golden Globe nominations in 1967.
Me, the third best-dressed man in the whole world, 4 years running. Not even a collar.
1 for Best English Language Foreign Film, and 1 for Lionel Jeffries himself.
Well, sir, it was for my memoirs. It was for when I retire.
That's right. A movie about a bugged bulldog almost walked away with one of Hollywood's biggest comedy prizes.
Patient is ready now, Dr. Trevelyan. There, Disraeli.
Now, box office numbers are tricky to find.
Well. If it isn't Batman and Robin.
It wasn't exactly a Bond-level smash, but it did find an audience, especially in Britain.
Stake my career on it.
You already have, Farquhar.
Over the years, it's settled into that cult curiosity category. You know, the kind of movie you stumble on late at night and think, wait, how have I never heard of this before? And that's really the charm.
Flippin' there, what a little darling.
The Spy with a Cold Nose doesn't try to be slick or stylish or world-changing. It's just unapologetically silly. It takes one of the tensest periods in modern history and says, what if the key to it all was a bulldog? So if you're into 1960s spy spoofs, or you just want to see a forgotten comedy that dares to play espionage totally for laughs, track this one down. It's quirky, it's daft, and it's living proof that sometimes the best way to diffuse Cold War tension is with a wagging tail. And let's be honest, how many spy movies can say the fate of international diplomacy depended on a dog with a bug up its nose?
You came here to meet her again. You're pretending you're surprised because I'm with you. You dirty old man.